This is export inspections for Monday, September 22nd. Pretty standard numbers here this week, not anything blockbuster except wheat with some pretty solid numbers. But starting out here with corn shipments on the week was right at expected 52.3 million bushel being sent out. Uh, Corn is off to a really strong start. I think everybody's already pretty aware of that. Going forward, shipments need to average 53.2 to meet the USDA's really high expectations of 2.975 billion. So corn doing what needs to be done, off to a strong start. Going to have to see it continue. This week's largest shipments were to Mexico, Colombia, and Japan. So pretty normal buyers there. Moving on to soybeans, shipments bottom half of expectations, maybe could be considered a little disappointing. 17.8 million bushels were sent out the door. Bean shipments have been off to a decent start overall, which is the good news. Going forward, need to average about 31.9, just shy of 32 million bushels. Compare that last year, we had 36.4 going forward. So beans are supposed to do a little bit worse than last year. So if we can stay close to the last year's pace, should be okay there. Shipments this week were led by Egypt, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and Mexico. So a lot of Asian countries starting to get involved in buying some beans. So good to see there. Some of that is trade deal related, some of that just normal buying, but overall good numbers. Finishing out here with the one good shock this week was wheat shipments of 31.4 million bushels. That was well above expectations. And that's the second best number we've seen during this marketing year for wheat, which has been going a couple months longer than the recent switch on corn and beans. So wheat going forward needs to average about 15.4 million per week. But yeah, overall, wheat off to a really good start here. USDA has already raised that export number. So 15.4 going forward, as of right now, looks very reachable, and wheat's doing what needs to be done. So overall, would like to see the bean number pick up a little bit, but corn and wheat doing either better or what's needed. So that is it for export inspections here on Monday, September 22nd.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.